The story of migration in Australia is a story of nation building. Together with the first Australians and early European settlers, the waves of migrants who have come to our shores have helped build our country into what it is today, not only economically, but socially, spiritually, and culturally. The legacy of the past continues to the present date, with each generation and each wave of migrants contributing across our country and our state. Together, we have built one of the most successful multicultural nations in the world. This, of course, does not happen naturally. It is the result of decades of strong and visionary leadership and perseverance and dedication of many, many people. It is my fervent hope that through the Governor's Multicultural Awards, we can shine a light on the many achievements of outstanding South Australians whose dedication and passion has helped to build a vibrant, prosperous, and harmonious community. This year, our celebration is different as we adapt to meet the challenges arising from the COVID-19 pandemic. I do hope that through this video, I am able to acknowledge and convey my heartfelt thanks to the many South Australians whose contribution is helping to make our state a more inclusive, fairer, and better place to live. This year, we welcome 106 nominations across the 9 award categories. I would like to thank all those who took the time and effort to nominate a worthy recipient. I also thank His Honour Judge Ralph Solio and members of the judging panel for their diligence and commitment. Congratulations to all the nominees and winners. Well done, and thank you.
The Arts and Culture Award recognises an individual or organisation making an outstanding contribution to promoting multiculturalism in the South Australian community through the arts or cultural activities. The award goes to the Adelaide Festival Centre's AusAsia Festival. For more than a decade, the AusAsia Festival has been an inclusive celebration of cultural diversity. Showcasing the finest arts and culture from across the Asian region, it encourages participation and attendance by the wider South Australian community. Judges felt the AusAsia Festival's evolution into a large-scale event has put South Australia on the international cultural festival map. Congratulations to the AusAsia Festival. The Community Sector Award recognises an individual or team of employees or volunteers in a not-for-profit community organisation, including within a broader organisation whose work has promoted multiculturalism and improved community harmony. This year there are 2 joint winners: the Bob Hawke Prime Ministerial Centre. For more than 20 years, the University of South Australia's Bob Hawke Prime Ministerial Centre has delivered a diverse program of free events and exhibitions that reflect the themes of strengthening our democracy, valuing diversity, and building our future. By providing a platform for experts, communities and artists to engage with audiences and challenge thinking, the Centre is demonstrably committed to building compassionate, harmonious and confident communities. Congratulations to the Bob Hawke Prime Ministerial Centre. Mrs. Constance Jones has developed many programs to support African women, in particular those from her birth country, Sierra Leone, to reduce their isolation, both within their own community and the community at large. Mrs. Jones's desire to assist the Sierra Leonean youth community was the catalyst for her establishing the 3-day multicultural event known as Step Up and Step Down, in collaboration with SA Youth's 2018 National Youth Week. The event was designed to develop young people's employability, skills and knowledge. An impressive role model and a mentor for the African community, Mrs. Jones works tirelessly to advance multiculturalism. Congratulations to Mrs. Constance Jones. The Media Award is for a journalist or media communicator who has demonstrated significant commitment or achievement in promoting multiculturalism and harmony through traditional or new media, resulting in positive outcomes for the South Australian community. The award goes to Radio Italiana 531. Broadcasting for more than 44 years, Radio Italiana 531 has played a vital role in forming, supporting and entertaining the Italian-speaking community of South Australia. It discusses and provides up-to-date information on a range of issues and promotes the benefits of cultural diversity in the community. Radio Italiana 531's diverse programming bridges generational differences, and its efforts to include the elderly and people who are housebound is to be commended. Congratulations to Radio Italiana 531. The Private Sector Award is for a private sector business, team or employee providing outstanding services that foster cultural diversity in the workplace and/or in the community. The award goes to the South Australian National Football League. The South Australian National Football League has contributed over many years in the promotion of multiculturalism and social harmony. Its Welcome to Australian Rules football program aims to teach immigrant students about Australian football and the Australian way of life. The SANFL dedicates one round as a multicultural round, designed to encourage support for the game by people from a variety of backgrounds. Congratulations to the South Australian National Football League. The Public Sector Award is for a local, state or federal government department, unit, team or individual providing outstanding services that recognise, assist or promote cultural diversity in South Australia. The award goes to the Migration Museum. The world's first migration-themed museum, the museum has, for 33 years, told the stories of tens of thousands of South Australians and celebrated cultural diversity. Receiving some 200,000 visitors each year, the Forum Community Gallery has presented 118 exhibitions and hosted education programs benefiting 10,000 students annually. Congratulations to the Migration Museum. In this award category, the Interpreting and Translating Centre was highly commended by the judging panel, coming a close second. Now entering its 45th year of operation, the centre is a key facilitator of interpreters for many South Australian government departments. It is recognised for its service quality, progressiveness and long-term contribution to diversity in South Australia. The Volunteer Award goes to an active volunteer with at least 5 years of service who has made an outstanding contribution to multiculturalism in the South Australian community. The Volunteer Award goes to Mr. Giuseppe Gericitano. With an extraordinary 45 years of selfless community service, Mr. Gericitano has enriched the Italian community and the multicultural sector more broadly. In founding a range of community organisations, Mr. Gericitano has been instrumental in the elevation and preservation of important heritage. His role in the establishment of both the South Australian Multicultural and Ethnic Affairs Commission and the Migration Museum represents a particularly significant contribution to the state's cultural fabric. Judges observed Mr. Gericitano's work will leave an indelible mark on South Australia. Congratulations to Mr. Giuseppe Gericitano. The Senior Volunteer Award goes to an individual over 60 years of age who has been a long-standing volunteer in the not-for-profit, private or government sector. The Senior Volunteer Award goes to Mrs. Dora Abbas. Mrs. Abbas has been a pillar of the Muslim community for the past 20 years, often sacrificing time with family and friends to promote the cause of Muslim women. As chairperson of the Muslim Women's Association of SA since 2009, Mrs. Abbas has worked tirelessly to advance Muslim women in every aspect of their lives and to remove the negative stereotypes associated with Muslim women. Mrs. Abbas has established a cross-cultural consultancy service which includes mosque tours for service providers and schools and organises English, legal and financial education classes for Muslim women. Congratulations to Mrs. Dora Abbas. The Youth Award is for an individual under 30 years of age or a youth organisation or group of individuals under 30 years of age who have promoted multiculturalism and harmony in the South Australian community. The Youth Award goes to Miss Nabia Chowdhury. Locally focused and globally engaged, Miss Chowdhury epitomises commitment, energy and positivity. She engages her school peers in activities that increase awareness of the value of multiculturalism, is involved in community organisations and fundraisers for disaster relief. Miss Chowdhury displays leadership in harmony, acceptance, charity and advocacy across diverse communities and provides inspiration to young and old alike. Congratulations to Miss Nabia Chowdhury. The Outstanding Individual Achievement Award is for an outstanding individual who has distinguished themselves in promoting and celebrating multiculturalism, harmony, and cultural diversity in South Australia for at least 10 years. This year, for the first time in the history of the annual Governor's Multicultural Awards, the judging panel has selected joint winners for the Outstanding Individual Achievement Award, believing both finalists to be equally deserving of this prestigious honour. The first joint winner is Ms. Carmen Garcia. For the past 25 years, Ms. Garcia has been a passionate and innovative advocate for multicultural communities, particularly for Filipinos. Ms. Garcia is the youngest and first Australian-born president of the National Filipino Communities Council of Australia. Her trailblazing contributions began at age 16 when she became an inaugural member of the Multicultural Youth Network, an organisation she would go on to lead as chair and later CEO, overseeing its incorporation as Multicultural Youth SA. Active across a range of charities that support Filipino communities, African children, and the Bread and Butter Project that creates jobs in bakeries for newly arrived refugees, Ms. Garcia has gone on to establish her own social enterprise company called Community Corporate. It has become one of Australia's leading diversity and inclusion firms, each year helping hundreds of refugees and migrants to access employment. Her work with the UN at the frontline of the Syrian crisis inspired her to launch a campaign called Diversity Works, which counts amongst its clients Woolworths, Calvary Care, and the OTR chain. Her subsequent co-designing and delivery of Woolworths' refugee employment program has supported more than 100 refugees to find their first jobs. Ms. Garcia has also designed and delivered South Australia's first refugee-specific hospitality training and employment project, which is a finalist in this year's State Training Awards. Congratulations, Ms. Carmen Garcia. The second joint winner is Mrs. Chia Catherine Chong. Mrs. Chong's devotion and energetic contribution to the sector shows no sign of slowing, even at 70 years of age. Reflective in the selflessness that marked her long-standing nursing career, Mrs. Chong generously shares her experience to mentor new generations of multicultural advocates. Some of her achievements include founding and leading the Su Qinang SA Hainan Association, her role as president of the Chinese Welfare Services of SA, where she has launched training programs, culturally appropriate visitation programs, and initiated support for international students. Her presidency of the Chinatown Adelaide Association, where she drove Lunar New Year celebrations. And her role as president of the Rotary Club of Adelaide West, which sees her coordinate fortnightly Central Market food collections for the homeless. Mrs. Chong also sits on a number of boards, including the Multicultural Communities Council, the Adelaide Festival Centre Foundation, the Women's Advisory Committee to the South Australian Multicultural and Ethnic Affairs Commission, and Breast Screen SA. Her leadership across decades has seen her honoured in 2004 as a Woman of Distinction by the Asia Pacific Business Council for Women, and in 2009 with her inclusion on South Australia's Women's Honour Roll. Congratulations, Mrs. Catherine Chong.
I'm sure you will agree with me that we have just heard of some wonderful achievements by outstanding members of our community. Congratulations to them all. Their work continues to build a caring, harmonious, and outward-looking place that we all call home. Thank you.